until tonight, girl. Mhm. Did you ever see a night so long when time just goes crawling by? Oh, that midnight train is traveling on, and she's so lonesome she cries. Yeah, it seems to me that I wonder where she go, 'cause she's so lonesome she cries. Good morning, people. Good afternoon, excuse me. I'm sorry it's cold. I sound like some of y'all going through. Hi, Princess A, Mocha Drop, and Connie Bernard. Hey, hey, hey. Tashana, RJ. How you doing, RJ? Black Before Beauty. Y'all see what's going on today. So I guess the FYE Monster has accomplished her goal. Her goal was to have content. She threw her friend under the bus. There was absolutely no reason that she had to come on here with this story a couple of days ago about this woman, Tisha, or Independentisa, who was a good friend and supporter of hers. Somebody who, one of those people, one of those 5 or 6 people who are constantly giving her money every single day. We don't know if they're mentally ill or what, but she's one of them, right? She throws her under the bus because she needs content for that day. And that's what she did, honey. So people beware. People get ready. There's a train coming. So she had today the woman Pizarro on her page. Their conversation seemed pretty calm. Basically, what I took from that is they both realized that they're using each other for content. At least that seems to be what Pizarro was saying. Yes, you are my nemesis. I make a buck off of you. FYE Monsters, she understands that because that's all she does to anybody, right? But then the girl came on, the lady Tisha, who I believe was done terribly wrong here, because I've seen every time you try to look at FYE Monster, you'll see one of those people, one of those 5 or 6 people who are constantly giving her money and gifts, right? She so easily threw away. Why? Because she didn't have nothing else to talk about that day, honey. It's simple as that. FYE Monster is a woman. I mean, I imagine most of us are single. A whole lot of us are single, right? Whole lot of people are single. I don't worry about it anymore. I'm an old dude. So whatever love I was going to have, I already had it, right? But the FYE Monster seems to have this desire to control other people. She won't let it go. What this piss poor apology of hers was, in my opinion, pathetic. This woman has told you she has lost people. She's going through some personal tragedy in her life. And you get your ass up and decide that this is going to be the one for today. I'm going to make this big old scene out of it, right? I'm going to make 4 and 5 lives from it, right? Each live is going to be 2 and 3 hours, right? So she got what she was hoping to get out of this woman, right? She just used her. But my point is, this is a woman who seems to have to control everybody. You remember that debacle with, what's the lady name? The lady who's our good friend, Tracy D. Tracy D. Remember how she treated that woman? Because she didn't want the Tracy D communicating offline or doing interviews with the QB monster, right? She was so offended by these people who she says she cares about. How the hell you care about them, girl? You want them to only function under your umbrella, right? And you don't even want them to have other friends. We've seen this thing time and time again where she falls out with everybody, right? So FYE Monster, take me seriously. I have years and years of wisdom. You're going to have to confront your issue before you can go into any kind of serious relationship. I'm talking about a romantic relationship. You say you're 40 years old, you got some time left. If you're ever going to have a relationship with somebody, you're going to have to confront your issue. Your issue is control. You're the kind of woman who will be on the phone, always checking on your boyfriend, who he's talking to. You don't want him talking to no single women. You don't want him in the presence of any woman in church. You don't want him. You want to position him where he is to sit. You want to find out where he is from the time he leave work. He then got 3 phone calls from the time he gets back to your apartment, right? Because you have to control people, right? They have, and if you're in a public, if you're in a situation, like for instance, you're around family or something like that, and he disagrees with anything that you say, girl, he get the side eye. No, you didn't. No, you did. Constant turmoil. Why? Because you feel like you have to control every move of people around you. These women have been very generous to you. We've all seen it. You are supposed to be positioning yourself to kiss their ass. Instead, you think they're supposed to kiss you. They're supposed to pay you, finance you, dress you, decorate your purple house. They're supposed to do everything for you. And then what? That's not enough. You want more. More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? And if you want to know how she really feels, you're so horribly insecure, the FYE monster, that you have to step on everybody. We've seen some of your underhanded things that you've done, girl, all in an effort to control people, right? It's going to be real hard to be sitting up under, unless he's an extremely passive man, girl. I just don't see it, baby. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know what your personal situation is. You may have already come to the conclusion that you're just a woman who's always going to be single, right? People get under your nerves because they don't do what you want them to do, right? You want to the first thing you need to do is to show good faith, is to remove this idea that people are supposed to sign on for this globe. Why they got to have a globe by their name so everybody can know where they're at all times? You always talking about tracking. That's what you're doing. You're tracking these people who have been so generous. You are so afraid. I think the issue came when somebody gave somebody else some money. That really gets under your skin, girl, because you feel like these women have got your money in their pocket. Right, pimp? That's your money. You don't see it any other way. So you call yourself throwing this woman Tisa under the bus, but you're really trying to correct all of them. And you are inviting all of them to step forward now. Step forward and you want to complain. You want to complain under my tutelage. Under my what did they get out of the deal exactly? Hey, people. Well, there she gonna make her story for the day, honey. I know that's what she's up to, because when I saw her in Atlanta, first thing she asked me, "You got a problem with me? You got girl?" She's all up in my. She's all up in this, girl. I said, Miss Thing, I don't even know what you're talking about. I barely even know you're FYE babe, right? Bitch, please. Give me the problem. This is how she chooses to build her content. Pretty disgusting, really. But that's what they're talking about today. Then they got that. Hey, stop. You got that Jay Wilson on there with that ridiculous hat. Is he becoming a woman? Jay Wilson seems awful tied into these women's business. Baby, would you stop? Baby, would you stop, please? I hear him. You got to be good or you're going to go in the other room, okay? Y'all don't know what I'm up against, honey. Y'all think, oh, just put the dog in the bedroom. No. He comes and he runs, and when he knows I'm coming in here, he'll come and he hides under the furniture and so forth because he wants so desperately be in here, right? But then at the same time, he hears people in the hall that I can't hear, and he responds to all of them. So he's very frustrated, little dog. He said, Daddy, I want to be good. I want to be good, but I'm a dog. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight 5. You'll be lonely, and he'll be long gone. Oh, wait until tonight, girl. She had her little boyfriend or her little piece of trade come on there. He popped on. He was having technical difficulties. Well, you might be able to have a relationship like that, probably long distance, girl. Long distance, honey. Mm-hmm. We here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Egyptian goddess. Mm-hmm. All right. Egyptian goddess. Egyptian goddess. Why you a white lady? Where hi, Almond Brown. Wild Seed. All these people in here. Okay. So that's what, but Wilson over these niggas is so. I want to ask y'all a question. This is a sidebar. Since last Friday, apparently Jay Wilson was off on Friday of last week, right? This is a new week, right? He was off on Friday. This is supposed to be the big career job, right? This career that can't be spoken about. He was off on Saturday, off on Sunday. Okay, that's the weekend. You expect that. But then he was off on Monday. And then he's been live during the middle of the day, basically from last Friday to this Friday. So apparently he's off again today because he's in the middle of the afternoon making 2 and 3 hour videos. So Jay Wilson, we want to ask you again, do you have that job? I personally want to know, right? I don't want to hear any jokes about Uber. I want to know, is it, because you keep, I don't know why Uber's in your mouth every damn day. Are you trying to throw people off your scent? It doesn't look like you have no full-time job nowhere. We're in the middle of the day on a Friday, honey. You were off last Friday. You made videos all through the day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Jay Wilson. And then you're gonna come on here and talk about how, look, the degrees paid off. Degrees paid off. I'll make 125,000. FYE Monster needs to invest in some better wigs. Yeah, I hate that thing, that tragedy on her head. Was it as flat today? I couldn't see. She had it dark in there. Mm-hmm. But this is just content for her. The control issue is real, though, honey. I don't know. No man want to sit up under that, honey. Where were you? Baby, I went to get some cigarettes. Oh, really? It only takes me 10 minutes to get cigarettes. Mm-hmm. She's the kind of woman that's going to be out there stabbing other women's tires because they winked at her husband, right? She's the kind of woman pouring sugar in people's tanks and all this kind of stuff, all in an effort to control somebody. Now we hear a lot about controlling men, right? We hear about these men that want to control women. They calling them all day, checking on their every move and all that kind of stuff. But it also can happen the other way around. She's a controlling woman. It extends past her personal relationships. It actually extends to even people that she calls friends. So you ladies beware, honey. Just like if she'll do it to this woman, she'll do it to anybody, including you, Sarkonos. Watch and listen and pay attention, honey. This is a control freak, honey. She's not only a narcissist, but she's also a control freak, right? And she's obsessed with this channel. So FYE Monster, a lot of people want to know, baby, when are you leaving? I mean, you guys telling us that you're leaving somewhere. If it wasn't for the Cardi B story, girl, you haven't done anything any different. You're still over here talking shit, raising hell about YouTubers, right? We see that you're now throwing Sean Bradley under the bus. Why? Because you have no more need of him. Mm-hmm. Initially, bring him here. I had need of him. But when you used him up, you just keep on using me till you use him up. My brother sit me right down and he rapped to me. He told me that I ought not to let you just walk on me. And I'm sure he meant well. Yeah, but then I tell him, dude, I say, brother, If you only knew, you would wish that you was in my shoes. She just keep on using me, pimp, until you use them up. Until you use them up. I know, baby, 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 baby. When you love me, I can't get enough. See, people use what they have to get what they want. Is Charles Dawson here? Hi, Charles Dawson. Mm-hmm. Jay Wilson got to stop with him on prayer clause. He got that idea from Eddie Long. Eddie Long did the prayer clause. Girl, now he got him a big old Jewish hat on his top of it. He got this big old Jewish hat he wears, child. It don't even fit on top of that bald head, honey. He looks like a damn fool. Then he got this little outfit. He's one of these people. They have no style. They have no class, and they put together these little costumes. So his chat said, "Oh, Jay Wilson, you look fabulous. God, get a brown one, get a red. Yeah, I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna get another one with the hat. You know, with the how the Jewish people wear that hat, but way on top of their head up there. He got one of them now. What they got to do with you, Jay Wilson? That's supposed to be a spiritual, whatever custom of theirs. So how does that fit on your head? You look stupid when you put the cowboy hat on. You look stupid when you put the Hermes on your head. And then you come up here with these ridiculous looking big ass, I don't even know what kind of hat that is called. But you're just a ridiculous looking person, girl. You don't know anything about fashion. You cannot come out of that blouse. He has a blouse that is similar to this, but y'all all seen it, right? Even though he went and bought him 2 new shirts, he bought him 2 new, a red one and a black one, right? But you can only get so much out of the red and black one, right? You always come back to this one. Jay Wilson, can you set aside $100? Is that house eating up every dime, girl? Get you $100 and go on Amazon, girl, and buy you 4 or 5 new blouses at a time, child. So we're not tormented by seeing a grown-ass man sitting up here wearing the same clothes every day, girl. It's very disheartening. Hi, Miss Motown. Miss Motown and Miss Soul Sisters. How y'all doing? Uncle, I'm trying to get Troy Allen to talk about college degrees. He has a master's degree, and ain't that something? Now, Troy Allen, as far as I know, he never even brought up he has degrees. That's normal. That's the norm, honey. Right? You use your degrees amongst people when you're applying for a job or something, or you're with your alumni. It just doesn't come up in decent conversation. Somebody talking about their degree, and it comes in basically every conversation, right? People don't talk about their house like that. They just that's how they live. They ain't got. Don't dream it. Be yeah. Don't dream it. That man is living good, honey. He got his own business. All them Airbnbs and things that he goes to, they're all first class. Hotels are first class. If he wants to cover a show in Atlanta, he just goes covers the show. He ain't talking about look at me, I'm covering the show. Look at no girl. He just does what he wants to do. That's a middle class person, honey. Then without all the insecurities. Yeah, but Troy was interested in that Atlanta case. He went on and pursued it. That's good. That's what you're working for, to be able to do what you want to do. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't. I hear a whole crowd of people out there. He gonna go nuts. I can't tell you who to sock it to. Listen up, FYE Monster. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Don't let me tell you who you do your thing to now. If you want to go to chats, maybe you will. Believe me, woman, that ain't no big deal. I want your love now. When you over here, makes me no difference, girl. Who you do your thing to, Lord. Oh, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. Don't let me tell you who to sock it to. This same issue keeps coming up with her. This issue of controlling people, right? Now, I guess she had the longest one she's had running is this QB Monster. But we all know QB Monster is not exactly what you would call bright. She'll go on her homophobic rants, and the next day he still got his nose up her ass. So she found one of them, right? Now that's the job of a pimp or a cult leader. They have to find those kind of characters, right? If they can just get a handful of those kind of characters, honey, who will continually to prove their loyalty because of deficiencies within themselves, girl, they got their cult or their stable if they're a pimp. Like FYE Monster's a pimp. She was probably raised around pimps. I imagine them hard streets of Chicago. Them hard streets of Chicago, they had pimps all over the damn place, honey. Drug dealers, pimps, hoes, everything. She's come from that environment, right? So this is ingrained within her, right? She sees these people as her possessions. Now, I don't give a goddamn what she says about this girl being over somebody else's chat and all that kind of stuff. What she is upset about is you giving her money. FYE Monster considers whatever you got in your pocket, that is her money. You belong to her. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember how she was part of the reason I filled out that fool Wilson? Y'all remember when VS gave that girl VS gave Wilson $25. The FYE Monsters found that very insulting, right? If you're gonna give somebody money, give it to me, right? That was the initial fallout. That was why she felt like she had, when she went to San Antonio, she had to collect information to be used later, right? To blackmail him. I know something about you. I got some, and then she has the big release. So if you over there calling yourself Mr. FYE Monster, you in the Babe Nation, all that, wait. If she'll do it to them, she'll do it to you, honey. Believe me. It is a personality defect. She wants to be Goldie. Goldie just died. Y'all remember him? Goldie, Max Julian. Max Julian just passed away. I think it's about a couple weeks, not in the last 2 weeks. The Mac. So really, the FYE Monster is the one supposed to have the hat on that Jay Wilson got on, right? Since she running stables and things. And I remember in the Mac, Goldie said, I'm controlling these bitches' minds. And he had a big old machine, right? And like all the hoes would stand up and look at the machine. Goldie, Goldie, Gold. See, the pimp game ain't that much difference than Colt game. Mm-hmm. Hardest street in Los Angeles was Orchard Avenue. Was that the hardest street? LA is so big and busy. I never even made it around to you. I mean, you never see all of it. It's a bit metropolis. So LA is just like city after city after city after city. So I mean, I remember going through Watts. That was pretty intense. And I used to go to this club on Pico. But I never saw all of LA, even though I lived there 15 years. It's Orchard Avenue. I lived mostly in West Hollywood and Hollywood the whole time I was there. As a matter of fact, I don't think I ever lived outside of Hollywood or West Hollywood. Thank you, New Life 77. Okay. Girl, you know you better watch out. He passed on New Year's Day, Max Julian. Back in my drug days, when I first started out, I was just a regular meth head, right? So we used to trash and go through dumpsters and all that. The dumpster we would hit though would be the ones like, you know, if you rent a storage unit, well, that's another scam. You will rent these storage units, you will pay for them for years and years and years, right? The moment you stop making those payments, though, they just throw your shit on the dumpster, right? This is long before the drug dealing. This is just a dude who just started doing dope. I wandered on to this storage place, and they had thrown all of Max Julian's property into the dumpster, right? Now I was so high out of my mind then, I should have just collected it all and saved it for him, right? Because I knew where he played tennis at. It was one of the places where I passed by every day. And sometimes I would see him there. But the mind was all jangled. I knew it was him because it had all of his diplomas, his awards from acting classes, had his high school diploma. That would have been very valuable to him, right? And I'm sure he probably had it in there for years. So that was my almost encounter with Max Julian. I think I did get some of the paperwork stuff, and I intended to give it to him, but shit happened. Yeah, that was the shit back then in the black exploitation movies. Everybody was a player and a pimp. All the heroes was pimps and dope dealers. I wonder if it's where I got the idea. Nope. Would you please hit the like button? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Motown. I always forget to remind people. Girl, you got to watch out. So, FYE Monster, you might want to spend some of that money on something that is going to actually help you, girl. Don't buy no more vehicles. Go down there, since you can't buy a house because you ain't got no job, and they don't want to hear this bullshit about this hair company, right? And you got liens on everything, but you can do something that could help yourself. Get your ass a therapist, and you make the topic of conversation is your need to control everyone around you. That's why no one wants to be around you. You can't maintain relationships. People will always disappoint you because for some reason or other, you think they're supposed to be loyal to you, right? We've seen this over and over and over again with these narcissistic personalities. If you look at some of the characteristics of Donald Trump, he got all the spotlight, but some of the characteristics, Donald Trump, Tasha K, and you'll see some of the same, Jay Wilson, you'll see some of the same characteristics in these people because it is a narcissistic personality. Some would say a narcissistic personality disorder. Why do you believe that you could have to control who people watch, who people look at, kind of thing, right? Don't you understand the FYE Monster? That this is the beef sector. This is YouTube. We are YouTubers, right? Nobody wants to sit up there and just look at one person, girl. There's nothing coming out of your mouth that is so valuable or so important that they have to change their life now to fit your schedule. Who the fuck are you? See, that's why I never had a name for the chat. You guys who watch me regular, I recognize who you are, but we never had a name. I don't control shit. All I control is my dog, and I don't do a piss poor job of that. Anyway, I never had no names and all this. Oh, you the Rider Liz, you the Babe Nation. No. It's trickeration, girl. It's trying to lock you in. They're playing with your mind. And she got some real loyal ones over there. I don't know if these are ex-prostitutes or what the hell, if their mind has already been manipulated. So if they're easily manipulated, these kind of she's cultivated them. And she's terrified of losing not even one sheep. Not even one, honey. That's her bottom line. So I bet you somewhere along the line, she has peeped that this woman, not only does she go to other chats, that ain't the issue. Does she take her money to other chats? Has the FYE Monster recognized, oh, she's not giving me money like she was 6 months ago? FYE Monster, people are not going to support you for the rest of your life, girl. Right? They may say you, okay, this is Cherry. I'm going to support this person. I want to build her up and all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean they're signing on now for the rest of your life. They're not going to continue. People are going to get bored with you, the FYE Monster, and you're going to be a very, very lonely woman. And if you think you're lonely now, wait until they go, girl. You'll be lonely, and they'll be long gone. Oh, and you're also the kind of woman. So now you have the built-in responsibility because you're a mother. I think it's a great thing. to be a mother, right? You have a relationship that doesn't match any other kind of relationship. You are this child's mother, right? But at some point, and you're almost at the point where the child becomes a teenager, they become rebellious. This is part of their process, right? So it's not like you just tell you, go do this, go do that, go do that, because they're gonna want to push back. And at some point, either around 18, if they go to school, 18, 20 years old, they leave. And now you don't have that kind of lock on someone. What's that going to be like for you, the FYE Monster? You push people away and push people away. You've been in Chicago for how many years? Yet the only time we see you outside of the house, girl, it is with somebody who is part of your family when you go to these family events, right? But we don't see any friendliness being shown to you by friends. I mean, I left home at 19 years old. I moved to another city, right? And then I lived there 15 years. And then when I left LA, I left a lot of people behind. I had to start over again. But even since I've been here, girl, I've been here for 30 some years now. You have old friends. Where are your old friends, the FYE Monster? You brought up one lady, like, and held her up. Look at her, look at her. I got her friend. And we went to school together. Look at her. Well, she was passing through town, girl. That's not a friend you have. Baby. Excuse me. They must be working out there or something. Get it, bum in there. Wait. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of so long. Won't you help me, girl, soon as you can? I don't know that even this thing here is going to last forever, the FYE Monster. We know that you feel like you're a superstar now. You running around talking about you were a star because you on some show and all this shit, girl. Never got a dime from him, but you the star in your mind, right? This is probably the only money you've ever made, because we saw what the places you live in. You say you've been living there for 20 years. You're 40 years old. So basically, you went from your mama's house into this place where you live now, right? We saw what it looked like. That means for 20 years, girl, before you got to YouTube, there wasn't no blue walls. There wasn't nothing but an old used sectional sofa, and that's it in the whole living room. And you had a table pushed to the side where you can sit down and serve your child cornflakes, right? So we have created a monster here, right? But don't think this is gonna last forever, girl. Nothing lasts forever. This shit is constantly changing. The FYE Monster. Get you a good therapist and sit down and discuss your issues. Tell the therapist how they always disappoint you. They always disappoint you because they won't do what you want them to do, right? Work on your company. If you have a company with people who are your employees, then you can push them, boss them around. But you're the only employee, girl. That's not what you told the government to get that loan, but you know. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, what's going on? I'm behind again, of course. 2 for 1 today. Who is the second one? Y'all see that stupid ass hat on? Knock that shit off his head, girl. You look like a fool. You bald head hoe. That's why I call him that bald head hoe shit, because I know he's annoyed by that bald head. He don't want to have a bald head. His hairline starts back behind his ears. This is where the hairline starts, right? So if he grew the hair out, it looked like Bozo, right? That's why he has wigs in his house. That's why he came in with this sorry ass scam where he was putting ointment on top of the head and pretending he was growing hair. He was probably taking a spray can and just spraying it on, girl. And did we ever go and address that? Did people ever address? Listen, Jay Wilson, I thought you said you were growing all this hair. Why did you shave your head bald again, child? If you have been struggling with your fat ass and your bald head all your life, girl, and now all of a sudden you have hair on your head, why would you cut that off? It was another scam. I'm gonna get a coin from it. I'm gonna get it. So you lied to these people then. You got these people spending their hard-earned money on some bullshit that you knew was just a scam. It didn't do anything to your head at all. It didn't grow nothing. It didn't do nothing, girl. And you sit up there pushing the product. Why? Because they called you. You can get some money from this. You can get some money from this. Lord have mercy. Y'all think it's just me. Y'all pay attention to how much that boy's online and pay attention to when he's online. How the hell you got a full-time job? You call it a career. So I imagine it takes some of your time. And then you in the middle of the day on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, girl, you're making all these damn videos. I mean, we complained about how long you were on before. You've tripled that. I don't take you seriously. I don't take you seriously, girl. Oh, well. Okay. You could sing with the OJs. You could sing with the OJs, baby. My sunshine, you are my sunshine. Dun, 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 dun. When the rain no pass the rain. Do, 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 do. You possess that life away. You're rare as a rose in winter. You're more than I deserve. Oh, you are. You're my sunshine, 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 babe. It's you. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, child. Oh no, you can't sing the songs. I used to love that song. The one on behind it too. The what do you call that? The B side. Let me see. You should buy caftans. That's right. It's covered all up, honey. Get you a moo. That boy ain't got no class, yeah. He don't know what looks good. He ain't got no style at all. I thought it was so cute when I went over there a couple weeks ago and I asked him about, can we talk about the trailer? yeah, with the trailer. That's where it all happened at, baby. And you've been fighting against it for your entire life, girl. Let me see. Hi, Internet Granny. Internet Granny is here with her microphones and smiley faces. That's an unusual name. Jesus Christ. Oh, the Squeenie, he's on timeout. I had to put this Squeenie away. Did I ever tell you about what that dog was raised for? In Tibet, this dog was used. He was called a guard dog. Little Squeenie, never gets no bigger than that. A lot of times you see him, he's the one that looks like Cousin It, got hair all the way to the ground, whatever. But the Lhasa Apso, that's what this dog is. Their job was to guard the monasteries, and and their mission was to alert the lions of intruders. So there could be 100 people working in the monastery, right? And the dog would not react to any of those people in the monastery because they belong there, right? But when a stranger was there, they would alert the lions and they would release the lions to, I guess chew them up or whatever. But they're actually guard dogs. So when the Squeenie alerts to everybody that comes in the hall, that is basically what his breed does. Free Squeenie, free Squeenie. Let him talk if he want to talk. But Internet Granny, you ain't got to deal with it, baby. Some people say your kid is so cute. Oh, he's so kishy. And you be saying, girl, you just don't know, honey. You don't know what I've been through. Let me tell my story to you. All the time, my child will cuss me out. We know the children ain't cussing nobody out. No, that's loyalty. Squeenie. Yeah, I was going on to my I go on YouTube and put in Lhasa Apso. You can see them from when they're babies, and they all look identical, right? I can see my Squeenie swimming. I see him in China. I see him in Europe, all kind of places. Internet Granny loved the little doggy. What kind you got, Internet Granny? You got a doggy or a kitten? You got a doggy or a kitty cat? Mm-hmm. I thought about, should I get a kitty cat too? I'm old now. I can have pets, but I don't think my building would be going down for all these pets. I'm allowed to have one. And then you don't know if the dog and the cat gonna get along, but they're so cute, the little kitty cats, the little especially when they're kittens. But no, yeah, I don't think it'd be a good idea. Sometimes they get along, but I think you need a little more space than what I got here. How old is your doggy? Well, Squeenie, I got him 3 years ago. So I got him at 3, so he's 6 years old now. What is that? Teenager or a young adult? I was thinking earlier today. That's why they talk about the doggy years. The dog only lasts about maybe 15 years or so forth. But you have to realize that how accelerated their aging process is, because when you get them in their little fur ball, in 1 year they're like a grown person. In 1 year, I mean, they've reached adulthood at 2 years old. You wouldn't call that a puppy anymore, right? So they start off, they're always way. They're aging much faster than us. It's terrible. My Jimmy dog and me, we both had cancer. Fortunately, they were able to address mine, and I'm cancer-free just with surgery. But when I got out, I could barely walk. I had to walk on a walker. I had to learn how to walk again, when they cut you open. But my dog was still sick. So he died about a month after I got out of the hospital. And I didn't make it a month. I said, well, let me just look at the doggies. It was so lonely coming home, nobody there to I got so used to it. So I only made it a month before I got another dog. Now, some people, they're in mourning, like they've lost a person, and they won't even have another dog. Or they'll take them a long time to get another dog, right? Not me. No, baby, I only made it a month. So he's 6 years old now. My Yorkie is 1 year old, and in dog years, they say 1 year old is 14 years old. I thought 1 year was 7 years. Yeah, and their granny said 7 years too. I thought but that first year, they grow a lot in that first year, though. So maybe that's what you're thinking. I think, are they considered? They're just called dogs after a year, right? They're not puppies. I like the puppies. I don't know how these dogs are able to do it, but in the dog part, you see these big old dogs, right? It is that, but you can tell by the energy of the dog how old he is, right? When they're jumping up and down and want to play, and how they push their booty out, all that kind of stuff, and you say, "Oh, that's a puppy," no matter how big he is. My Squeenie, he sniffs all the dogs. He's friendly with all of them, though. Almost all of them. There's one in my building he don't like. It's a very sad time when your pets die, because your pets with you all the time, Why is it that every conversation talking about the FYE monster ends up talking about dogs? What are y'all trying to say, honey? Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Y'all pay attention though. Don't fall for all this bullshit, child. You'll say, what? How in the hell they get content every day? Right? If they ain't talking about celebrity, how can somebody be mad every day somebody else, child? Right? And that's when they decide who's next. So Tisa and Sean Bradley, y'all the ones, honey. And the rest of y'all don't feel too comfortable, honey. Could have been me with that real fine chick eating ice cream and cake. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. You spoke nicely to FYE last year, right? I started off trying to be nice to her, girls. She wasn't a bull. She wasn't having it. See, they need somebody to be constantly in beef with. I took an interest in her, I think, after I saw how hungry she was in Atlanta, but when she had that situation where she didn't want to give them people back that money, that's where I actually took an interest in her. I thought it was wrong what she was doing, right? Then all of a sudden, the government started passing out money, and all of a sudden, she got $10,000 to pass out. So you got to be careful when you look. You're craving attention like that. You just might get what you're asking for, honey. You just might get it, baby. Mm-hmm. And that Wilson, he just jumps on everything, child. I think he's becoming a woman, Jay Wilson. He gets all up in the woman stuff like he is a woman. There's another one, somebody listen to his ass. Somebody want to hear what you got to say, Jay Wilson. Timothy, 10K ain't right. 10K ain't right. Well, is that the FYE Monster? Or somebody named? No, she wouldn't call herself the FYE Monster. But she don't care. She just want to be talked about. So y'all that go over there, y'all need to ask her, FYE Monster, when is the departure? You said you were through with the beef sector. You're too good for this bullshit, you said. You thought them people were going to follow you over there for your weak ass commentary on these strangers. You're not no Tasha K FYE Monster. You're just a FYE Monster girl. That's it. You don't have the kind of knowledge it would take for you to slide over there, girl. Because there's a whole lot of people over there doing celebrity news. In order for you, you have to start from scratch. Because the ones who are watching you now, they're only here for the mess. Right? Charles Dawson said, Jay Wilson ain't nothing but a bottom. Ain't that something? I'm so glad I wasn't cursed with all that shame, honey. He says he raised up in the church, so I guess that's where it came from. Anytime you come out the closet talking about you a top, why are you telling us you're a top? What's the issue there? It's from shame, people. People are ashamed that they're bottoms. Y'all don't understand that stuff. It's a gay thing, but I think y'all are a lot more knowledgeable with this internet than you were about some of this gay stuff, right? That boy is ashamed of everything. I kept trying to ask him when I went on this channel, ask him the questions. When was the first time? You know, the first time ever you lay with him. Did the earth move and your booty hole? And the lightning went up your spine. He won't answer. All he will say, I got a partner. See, in his mind, having a partner makes him different than just being gay. He won't just, he still can't address the issue of his own sexuality. It's always got to be bounced off somebody else or connected with somebody else, right? I said, I didn't ask you nothing about you, no damn Mark, girl. And do you know how many people are hooked up with people? The partner, they don't even talk. This is probably what's going on there. It takes a certain kind of personality to deal with a Jay Wilson, right? So a lot of times, a lot of these guys are slow. He just hung a husband suit on him. This is my husband, my partner, my partner, my partner. Girl, is there any real relationship, or this is just some poor guy that you hung a husband suit on, and now because I get the impression that the guy really don't have that much to say. Call it love. He's one in a million. Marks a chance of a lifetime. And God has shown compassion and sent to Wilson a stroke of love called Mark. 1 in a million, Mark. So it wouldn't surprise me if Mark was a slow boy. He obviously got a drinking problem. Right? And I don't know how much relationship is even there, girl. How much relationship could there be if you're working somewhere or claim you're working somewhere 20 hours a day, Chad? You don't live in the same house. He ain't been around the gay world long enough to know that a partner, the definition of a partner in the gay world is someone who lives with you. You live life like a husband and husband, right? Long before there was gay marriage, there was partnerships. And many times you could put this on paper where there was a connection between the two of you in case something happened to one of you, right? But that was your partner. Your partner lived in the house with you. Somebody living across the town that you see once every 2 weeks, girl, that is not a partner. So no matter what he's deluded himself to thinking, he ain't got no partner. He got a boyfriend at best. Somebody he sees. If Mark got any sense, I hope he's not wasting his youth to sit around with that fat ass every couple of weeks. Partner. I got a partner. I'm with someone. I'm with oh, Jesus, disgusting. When I was in love, honey, I wanted to be with my lover, right? We slept in the same bed. We watched the same television shows together. I was excited when they said unto me, honey, come and get him, right? Right? Come pick him up. When a man findeth a partner, he findeth a good thing. So that was my partners. But we wanted to be together. That's what defined us. It was like a marriage before they had gay marriage. Where the fuck he coming up with? That's my partner. I got a partner. Oh, I got a partner. Where's your partner? You got a partner. Girl, I'm so sick of these words. Whatever. A sugar baby. He too tight to be a sugar baby. He ain't giving him nothing, he said. But you don't know. Child, that boy probably barely knows that child. I don't know when you even have a chance to talk to him. Then he makes this a big old thing when wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Boo's calling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, boo. Wait a minute, boo. What are we in? 1962? Girl, please, your boo. Mental illness is rampant in the beef sector. So Jay Wilson is basically fronting about having a man. Yes, I believe he believes it because 3 days after he met this dude, he starts coming and talking about he got a partner. He got a partner, right? It's almost equivalent to if I went outside my apartment and I saw some guy down on his luck, right? And I met him and we connected and I went and had sex with him. So the next day, then I got a partner. This is my partner. That ain't no partner. That is not your partner, honey. It's just some piece of trade. So if it went on this long, I've been with him for 3 years. I've been with my partner for girl. You've been seeing a man who lives across town for 3 years when you're able to see him. You want to film from his apartment because you want us to know, or his house or whatever it is, that you are still with this person. But we don't know how much this relationship of yours, girl, has depreciated since the time you met him, right? Because most of the friends that I've had, initially I started having sex with them. We just became friends. So it's a good chance that Mark is simply his girlfriend at this point, right? I mean, I don't know how many gays they got in San Antonio. Maybe that's the only one. I don't know. I got a partner. Look at me. I got a PhD. Look at me. Look at me. That big old coat. That's a dumb looking picture, ain't it? Look at me. I got a PhD. Is that picture? All his clothes, he always button them all the way to the top, girl, and the stupid ass hat that don't fit. Just an idiot. He's an idiot. Mm-hmm. Charles Dawson, now when did you start asking these kind of questions? I have no idea. Is that the real Charles Dawson or somebody is trolling you? Who was he trying to convince? I have no idea, honey. I think he wants somebody to be impressed with him. It's probably a very sad story. When you're walking around 400 pounds, girl, you probably have not encountered a lot of people who will allow you to call them their partner. That's why I question Mark's intelligence, right? Because a lot of people say, wait a minute. It's not like that. You're putting too much on it. I'm still going to see the people I see. I still go out to the club and I meet people. Jay Wilson's such a square. He don't drink. So what's he going to just tag along behind Mark while Mark goes to the club and drink. He's my partner. He's my partner. It's got to be a sad life. Then he makes such a big thing out of his house. Nobody ever sees it. I'm sure he damn near shit on himself when he had those people there for that event, he calls it. He couldn't wait to get them in there. Look at the house. Look at the house. He probably ain't even seen the bathrooms upstairs, girl, since he moved there, right? So he's just banging around in there for years. 7 years, he said. I've seen 2 people been in there, girl, besides Mark. That's not Charles Dawson. Yeah, they don't sound like Charles Dawson. Why y'all like? What do y'all get out of trolling though? Are y'all gonna be my 3rd book, Troll? Death of a Troll. That's just a little taste of salt and sugar. What's the new book? I can't decide on. I think I'm going to go with Clout. But I don't know if it's going to fit the story or not. Just a simple. I'd like this as simple, big words. Clout. It's also a murder mystery, but I don't know. It's more about viral. I can't come up with a title for that. People racing to go viral. I'm gonna try not to be spilling the whole story as I go. It seems to be something I like to do. I don't know that they. This Charles Dawson did throw me off. This Charles Dawson did throw you off. That ain't him. See, after you're around for a while, we know the personalities. So Charles Dawson, let's just go ahead and get rid of you, bro. Now, that ain't gonna take my real Charles Dawson off, is it? I'll just remove and then no, let's go ahead and hide you. If my real Charles Dawson, if it affects him, we just have to add him again. Okay. The trolls must really like doing that shit. Thank you, Ms. Motown. Y'all check out my series. Alvin Brown is reading Muse right now on Mondays. On Mondays, I believe it's 6 o'clock Central Eastern Time. And she just finished the audio book. So that'll be interesting. Pew, pew, pew. Almost story time. What are you talking about? Pew, pew, pew. Story time world. What's going on? Miss Auntie Handy, she left us alone. So I don't know. Yeah. The real one will come back. We can always add him again. How you doing, Connie Bernard? Did he disappear all the way through the chat? I erased him. Yeah. What a boring life, though, just to be a troll. I'm saying, taking other people's names and shit. Just use your own name, nigga. If you want to be famous, you ain't gonna be famous using other people's names. Yeah. A lot of these trolls, they start off as trolls, right? But their goal, really, they want to start their own channel, but they don't have the balls yet. So I would say just be yourself, child. If you want to build a personality, build a personality on your own name or whatever name you decide to use. But going on here pretending to be other people, that's just stupid. 1 to 3 years cat life. What happened? Oh, a cat ages much slower. That's a lot slower. If it's 7 for dogs. Internet granny, it also makes a difference how big the dog is too. Because bigger dogs don't live that long, from my understanding. I think something like 9 years. If you have like here they got these Labradoodles are the big thing here in this neighborhood. Labradoodles, they're part Labrador and part poodle, but they're tall. They're big dogs. When I talk to the owners, they say that those dogs usually live 9-10 years. The smaller they are, the longer they live. So my last dog lived to 15 years, and I had him for 14 of those 15 years. To have myself not out. Oh my goodness. When my dog died, we had to have my stepfather knocked out for him to release his grip. He held him for 3 days. Oh, man's best friend. Man's best friend, baby. Uh-huh. I understand. Some people, I've seen people that some of them get real, they get depressed when they lose the dog. And a lot of times there's a process to losing your animal, right? You know, a lot of times there's thousands of dollars you have to pay out. And for me, I had a lot of work done on my last dog, Jimmy, including having all his teeth removed and all this kind of stuff. It was several $1,000s, but it doesn't make a difference. If they're 15 years old, they're 15 years old, honey. So even after they get through with the surgery, if they kill the cancer or whatever, they're still a 15-year-old dog. So it's hard to let go many times. Mm-hmm. Leave Pastor alone. Look at me. I got a PhD. I'm driving an Uber cab. You need to be shamed. I got a PhD. I'm driving a damn Uber. Girl, ain't you supposed to be a doctor? I mean, something in a hospital at least. What else is going on here? Let me see. Especially when you had them since puppies. Yes, you get attached. The mutts live longer? Oh, I don't call them mutts. I call them designer dogs. Design. Some of them are designer dogs. When they have breeders, honey, they say, I want a little taste of this and a little taste of that. I think my Squeenie is full bred, though, because when I look at other Lhasa Apso dogs, they look identical. They could easily, somebody could have told me that's your dog, I would have believed them. So I think he's full bred. Puppies are a must-have for everybody in apartments. Yes. And particularly when they start to get older, you'll see a lot of older people. I won't say elderly, but older people have pets, especially when they stop working and they're alone, you know. In my youth, I mean, it was so hard to find. Of course, I was busy doing things, but it was hard to find apartments that would even accept pets. You know, a lot of them had no pet policies and all that kind of stuff. And then you were at work all the time, so you weren't really there. But this seems to be the ideal time for me to have a pet. These last 20 years. Old folks have lots of love to give, especially when they children is gone. When they children is grown. Anyway, those were the current stories, people. Let me see if anything else popped up. Okay. No, sir. I think that's it. Let's talk about 5A throw Tisa under the bus. Oh, Miss Olivia, I like her. So we're going to go over here and listen to Miss Olivia for a little bit. She's talking about, let's talk about why 5A throw Tisa under the bus. And then the other girl, what's the other girl in New Jersey, boss lady? She had good commentary. So let me go get caught up. Thank you guys for coming in. Y'all have a good Friday. I'm sure they're going to throw something on the table. Throw more beef on the table. It's a Friday. Watch them. Later.